like your smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love. Oh, oh. It's easier to love. Oh, oh. Easier to love. Oh, oh. Easier to love. Nothing like your smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love when it's you by my side, shining through the cracks like the first morning light. Feeling like a child through the days and the nights, living in your arms as the years go by. It's easier to love. Oh, oh. Easier to love. Oh, oh. There's nothing like the way that you adore me. I can feel love from miles away. And the light in your eyes tells me stories of life in a more perfect place where I wanna stay. It's easier to love when it's you by my side, shining through the cracks like the first morning light. Feeling like a child through the days and the nights, living in your arms as the years go by. It's easier to love. Oh, oh. Easier to love. Oh, oh. If the sky is falling down on me, you'll be the one that's by my side to lift away from me. And if I find myself in reckless seas, you'll be the one to pull me back into reality. Nothing like your smile in the morning, following the linings on your cheeks. Cause baby, in your absence life is boring, so I'll never leave. It's easier to love. Oh, oh. It's easier to love. Oh, oh. Easier to love. Oh, oh. Easier to love.
Mic on.
Hi guys, how are y'all doing tonight? I'm Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. If you're new, I do see a couple of folks in the chat so far. We've got Miss Bethany and we have Susie Sue Creations. So welcome, welcome. And hello, Miss Leslie, welcome. Thinking my lighting is not good. I'm readjusting things. About 5 minutes ago, I had blaring light in my face because I've got a window right here, and we've got some plants that are going to be blocking it hopefully sometime soon, but it still peeks through and it was shining like right on my face, so I put a piece of vinyl up. I think pray I think I've talked my husband into finally getting me some mini blinds or something to go up there. I want something so that I can open and shut it so I can see outside, but we can also have it block the sun when I'm streaming, because this is the only time of day it does it, and this is the only time of year it does it. So we have, hey, T made it into a live. Welcome, welcome. And we have Nancy Mercado as well. So welcome on in, guys. Let me adjust my lighting a little bit. I think I was adjusting it yesterday because it was like early in the day and it was too dark. Okay, that's not good. Okay. Anywho, that's me at work in the mornings. Yep, it happens, and there's not really a whole lot we can do about it, but you know. Anyway, today I am actually planning on crafting. Unlike last week when we were chatting so much that I never did get around to doing anything. Instead, that one kind of turned into kind of sort of creativation Q&A. By the way, my box of stuff, the goodies plus some other things from my in-laws, because Creativation was up in Columbus where they are, isn't here yet. Apparently there was an issue with the address. I'm assuming that when I typed everything into, I use Pirate Ship to ship. I think the last time I used Debbie J's Crafting Corner as who was receiving it, I was actually shipping something to scrapbook.com. A bunch of cards that, you know, for their card drive that they do, and right now off the top of my head I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, I think what it did is when I put it in, it tried to pre-fill it with that, even though I changed the information including the zip code and such, because when it went out with my zip code and their address, and I didn't see what was actually printed out. The printer was downstairs, I was upstairs, my husband put it on the box. I would have thought somewhere along the line somebody would have noticed that it was wrong. So I'm assuming it was my error, but it's not going to be here until tomorrow because it shipped from Ohio and kind of came down to here because of the zip code. And then they said, oh, the address is wrong. So they changed the address and then shipped it to Arizona. And then by the time I caught it, it was halfway there, I'm assuming, because it's just getting back. I think this morning it was in Mississippi, so it's just coming back and supposed to be here sometime tomorrow. Isn't that fun? Anyway, hopefully I'll have some of the goodies to be able to share with you guys next week. Before we get started with anything else, though, other announcement, in case you did not already know this, which I know a lot of you guys do, but I haven't really been promoting it as much because I've just been so busy with all the things. We do have a class this weekend on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be having a live crafting live stream with some hot foil. The focus of the hot foil this time is going to be on the sentiments, because I know that sometimes that is a struggle. So we're going to make some gorgeous cards using sentiments. Yeah, it kind of does the thing. Yeah, it is what it is. It just means that I can't play with the stuff as I wanted to, you know. But that's also kind of good because I want to do a little bit more of touching base with Lisa Horton, which is some of the stuff that I got is from her, and she has agreed to come on a live stream with me. But I know that she is really busy. I think this week she had. It's either this week or next week. I'm trying to remember when I watched the replay of her live and when she actually went live. But she's going to be on Create and Craft. I think she's been doing that. I did not know her. Okay, this is one of the things where you know so many companies, but there's so many more that you don't know. Lisa Horton is a company out of London. She's out of the UK, and she does do. I think they do some live selling of her products on Create and Craft TV. So she's going to be on that again with some of her new stuff, which I got to see some of the stuff firsthand and fabulous. And she did give me a little bit of that to be able to show you guys. It's not the inks. I'm sorry. She didn't have enough and she had to give them to another company. So anyway, I did not get the inks yet. But I do get to play with some of her other stuff, and there's a lot of other things that I got in the box that I do want to share with you guys. So hopefully we can do that next week. Create and Craft is more fun than HSN or QVC. I just know she's going to be on it, and it's supposed to be like early in the morning. Like, I think her last session was going to be like 6 a.m. our time or something. So it was like, I want to be able to watch her, and I can't. And she is a trip. I mean, she was her and her group were so super nice to me. I mean, absolutely love them, and I can't wait to work with her some more. Okay, so looks like my streamer bot, no, I can't, yeah, it's probably StreamerBot went ahead and put the link to be able to go to my website to get in on the class if you're interested in attending the class this weekend. So that's great. This time around, and I haven't done this in a bit, so if there's any kind of buffering or glitching or anything like that, let me know. I'm also assuming you can hear me since y'all have been replying back. Let me know, because I am right now streaming over to Twitch as well. Just thought, I haven't done it in a while, so I will give it a shot again. So you may see some different kind of things, like the message for stream stickers. This is also a good test, because my StreamerBot, I've got it set to do those text commands to both sides, and for whatever reason, it is not sending it to YouTube. It is only sending it to Twitch. So you guys are seeing it as a StreamerBot one that comes from the other side. So, okay. Well, that is good to know. Okay, let me go ahead and switch the camera down to my desk. I need to find the button, and I need to hit the right button. There we go. Actually, is that the one I want? Yes, it is, and I can turn the other things back on. Yay. Let's get rid of the countdown. We don't need that. Let's put my face up there so y'all can see me. I think I have it turned over this one. Okay, I'm changing things around. Why is it not showing? It's been like, what, 2 weeks? It's only been 2 weeks since I did this, and I still don't know what the heck I'm doing. So where's my face cam? There's my face cam. So it's supposed to toggle on and off, and it didn't do it. Okay. Now it's working. Great. Oh, anywho, first things first, this is the stuff I want to play with tonight. This is part of a new collection from Spellbinders, and I've only played with one piece of that, and that was not in my hand. You guys saw that video. I think it went up yesterday. Using this die and this stamp set, and I'm pretty sure that it's over there. Yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, I thought I'd go ahead and play with some of the other parts. We've got this pretty foil plate. I will go ahead and pull up all of the names of all of the things so you guys can see it. But this one is a glimmer plate with butterfly, hence the name I put for the title of our video tonight. It is Foil Flutter, Creating Beautiful Butterfly Cards. I'm going to try to do a better job on titling things. Anyway, so this is really pretty. This foil plate, which reminds me, I need to bring out my hot foil system and get it heating up. But this one has all those pretty butterflies. And then it's got a few dies to be able to cut out some of your butterflies. So that is going to be super cute, but you don't have to cut them out. You can use it all as the background. So I think that's real pretty. And then we've got this foil plate. It's an oval that'll fit. Let's see. Yep, it is about the size of that inner circle. So it'll fit just over it, or you could tuck it under, whatever you want to do. But it's that real pretty bird and a bunch of florals. So I thought that would be pretty. And then, of course, I've got the sentiments and everything from the other. So I figured I would play with those. I also wanted to share with you guys, in case you missed my Instagram, we are in the middle of an Instagram hop for Catherine Pooler. She has a new collection that came out. And I do have a video that I need to finish editing so I can get that one up for you guys, but I did make 3 cards for that. So I've got 3 different posts. The last one goes up for tomorrow. So these guys, this is just super fun. And it is a, oh my God, butterflies. I had to see what's up. Well, welcome on in, Deb. So this is from Catherine Pooler. It's her new collection. She did one that is kind of all retro vibes and soda pop. And I think this is just adorable. I got real excited when I saw what she sent me. Anyway, so this is one of the cards, and on the inside, and I don't do the insides much. You guys know that. I put an extra soda pop there, and these are all gray inks. I did not use any black ink on any of these cards. They're all done with the new grays. She has 3 new shades of grays, so that is super nice. So that was one of them, and we've got this second one I thought is super fun, and this is just some pattern paper I had left in my stash because I'm terrible at using it, so I'm trying to use it. So we've got that one, and then I did a third one with a bunch of soda pop bottles, and then I made this one into an easel card. So I thought that would be cute. So anyway, and you know, I don't do a lot of those. I really need to start using some of those techniques that I know, but I haven't made the time to play with them that much. I don't do easel cards all that much. I don't do light up cards all that much. There's just so many things I don't play with as much as I want to. So I'm going to do my best to try to change that. So if you have any types of cards that you don't really see over here that much that you would like to see, leave me a comment in the comments, not in the chat, but in the comments after the video is done. Leave me a comment to let me know what you think and what you would love to see. Or you can also go over, you can email me. My email address is down below. You can come over on Discord and chat with me over there. And there is, if there's not a link down below, there is one on my link bio. Just click the link and it'll take you to the page to be able to log in and join my Discord. If you're not already a member of it or don't have one, you may have to set up an account. It's just kind of another avenue for getting together and stuff, including, which you guys that are on my Discord may not have seen it yet. I had the little tweet in my ear, so I had to check and see what was said, but we've got a section in there called Sell Your Crafty Creations, and one of my buddies from Twitch actually put a message in there. She said, is anyone that makes cards open for a custom order, or that can recommend someone to make a graduation from an ultrasound program themed card? Thanks in advance. I don't know what type of card that is or what that program is, so I just sent her a message back on there. I just posted it right in the forum there. I know that several of us would, although I'm not clear on what you're wanting. What do you mean by ultrasound program? So hopefully she'll respond back, but if you're interested in possibly doing that, Discord is the place to go. And we, like I said, we do have a separate area that I've got set up just for selling your crafty stuff. Okay, so let me look into the chat and see if there's anything that I've missed so far. Scrolling all the way back up to the top. Bethany says, looks good, sees good, sounds good. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil. Yeah. Maureen says hi to everybody. Bethany says hi to Troublemaker. What? We do have a couple of new names in the chat, so you guys be sure to welcome all of our new folks in. The names that I have not seen in the chat before doesn't mean that I haven't seen them elsewhere, but I haven't seen in the chat before. We got Leslie Wigley, and we have Deb Hendrick, and we have Nancy Mercado, and I think I saw another one. I may have to scroll down a little bit more. That may be all of them. Anyway, Nancy says, I'm very new to card making. I've been learning to use Copics and watercolors. Awesome. And Deb says, girl, I know one of those curls, it has a Dr. Pepper on it. I know. Well, I just made them into like fruit drinks, you know, like the Fantas is what I was thinking of, because I wanted to use bright colors. You know, I don't think I've got a brown, but I need a brown, but I don't really use brown that much. The only browns I've got, I think, are all Tim Holtz, but I mean, interchangeable. You could use whatever you have. Okay. Maureen says, hi, Todd. He's back behind me waving. You can see the top of his head. Yeah, they can see the shininess. Nothing pretty about brown drinks. I know. Hello, Miss Brenda. You will drive safe, honey, and you can always come and catch the replay, okay? So I'm planning on using, to start off with, I think I'm going to use this lovely glimmer set. You guys know how much I love my glimmer. And I still don't have everything completely cleaned up from the last time I didn't even put my quick cutter back where it belongs. Anywho. So let me turn that on and let it heat up. So this, if in case you're new to the whole hot foiling thing, this is the Glimmer system from Spellbinders. You've got our hot platform here that is not hot at the moment. We've got a spacer pad and our hot foil spacer pad and our thin shim. And what we basically do is we put all of our pieces of our sandwich on the hot plate, so it's going to heat everything up, and then we run it through our die cutting machine to apply pressure, so the pressure and heat transfers the foil onto our card. And that is just absolutely gorgeous. I love, love, love that. So since we're waiting on this, I'm going to do something I was going to do before the whole thing with my lighting and the sun coming through. While this is warming up, we're going to do something else with butterflies. Another thing in this collection, and I really need to pull this up on Spellbinder's website so I can see the names of all the things, is this, which I have not opened yet, 3D embossing folder. And I don't know about you, but I am loving the 3D embossing folders lately. Okay, what is the name of this collection? Go to April New Arrivals. This one is the Stylish Oval collection. So out of all the new collections this month, and there's a ton of them, I actually got some things out of two. I got some things from the Floral Friendship collection, which is basically all papers and ephemera and that kind of thing. So it's almost like a card kit. So I've got that, and then I've got the things from this one, which are the Stylish Ovals. I think the butterflies is in the, maybe the butterfly's not in that. Did I get something from a different one? Let me just look at the Stylish Ovals collection and see. It's kind of where they send me an email and I say, yes, I want these things. And then they send me these things and then I have to figure out what they're supposed to be. Okay, so this one is from the Stylish Oval. And their sample is basically where you foiled up your pretty butterflies and then you cut those out to use on one of the oval cards. Probably going to do a background with it to start though. We have to stop playing with those. Okay. Hello, Miss Leah. Wait, you're live here and on YouTube? Yes, ma'am, I am. I decided I was gonna stream to both for once. I haven't done that in 2 to 3 months, I think. I was trying it for a little bit to begin with, but then I just stopped. But I figure, you know, Gina K does it. In case y'all didn't know, when she goes live, she also goes live on Twitch. But, okay, you saw the video. Not sure which video. But Nancy, if you can let me know which video it was that you saw, because we've got a bunch of, I've got too much stuff up anyway. And now I completely lost my train of thought. Okay, we're going to play with this 3D embossing folder, and you really can't see it. Okay, now you can. So on this side, basically when you rub your hand across it, it is flat for all the backgrounds, and you can feel all the wells are all of our pretty little butterflies. You flip it around, and all of them are, the butterflies are poking up. So this is actually going to do an imprint into our cardstock, and this one is for the this one is going to have them where it's pop. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. I cannot explain things very well at the moment. I think you can do this on white cardstock or you can do it on colored cardstock. And I think what I'm going to do, let's do this. I'm going to do it on some blue cardstock. Now, one thing you're going to hear a lot of folks recommend is to spritz it with water, and that is a great idea. However, I'm in Florida, and the humidity is always high. What's the humidity right now, hon?
Really low.
It's really low. Really?
32%.
What did you say?
32.
Oh, it's only 32%. Usually it's a lot higher than that. But still, it's usually so high that sometimes my paper starts to warp and kind of, yeah, it's not as crisp as I would like it all the time, which is one reason why we've got the AC on all the time. But it also means that when I'm going through the 3D with a 3D embossing folder or any embossing folder and going through my die cutting machine to do the embossing, it doesn't usually crack. So I should be good on that. And this one is also a heavyweight cardstock. Let me move it down to this bottom so it's not really pinching at the top. It's one, actually it's just some stuff I've got from in my stash from Michael's. So I'm going to go ahead and use that. So I'm getting out my Platinum 6. So I'm using my platform base. This is from the Universal Plate System. It's not the regular platform. If you use the regular platform, it's going to be too thick. And then we need platform base D. So it has the instructions for your sandwiches on the platform. So make sure you always check that. Another thing that I've noticed is that if the platform, the one that's on top, is lined up with the edge of your embossing folder, it's not going to want to go under the roller. So I usually make sure that this is a little bit over it. Okay, so we'll go with that. And then I'll just run that through. And this is really, really tight right now, probably because I'm using heavyweight cardstock. Okay, so you saw how it kind of kicked it out? Yeah, that is because it was a little tighter than what's normal. So now, and this is my first time using it. Look at that. Come on out of there. I think this is gorgeous. Ooh. Leah, yeah, the restream bot thing is super cool. Yeah, you can talk to each other. So thank you for going and hanging out with me over on Twitch, which I haven't even pulled up that page to see if anything else. I'm assuming nobody's actually over there. 13 here and only 4 thumbs up. What? Thanks, Deb, for giving them the reminder. Appreciate that, honey. Okay, stream manager over there. Okay, so it looks like we've got a couple people watching over on Twitch, and only one chatter, and that is super fine because you know what? I love my lurkers too. But that is so, so, so pretty. Okay, so that is the start. I'm probably going to do a couple more of these. These are just gorgeous. I kind of want to... Did you guys watch anything of Simon Hurley's lately? I mean, not only did I get to see him in person at Creativation and get to see firsthand him doing all the things like lunar paste on 3D embossing folder, but then he did another follow-up video or two after the fact doing the same kind of things because he said that usually at ones that he's gone to in the past his mom was there to video and this time she wasn't there for him, so he's kind of had to live through us. I tried to do him some justice, but I mean I only caught like about a half hour of what he was doing and he was already started by the time I got over there, so he's just yeah, I absolutely love watching him. I am real bad about not wanting to use lunar paste with my fingers because I'm thinking I'm going to get it under my nails. And that is true. I probably will. But the results he got are just fabulous. And I know I can't do that using any kind of blending tool. It's just not going to work for me. So I'm going to have to give that a try at some point, and I may do it on these beautiful butterflies. Before I decide on that though, let's go ahead and do some hot foiling, right? So my hot foil system is heated up. So I'm going to go ahead and put this guy on here, just give it a chance to start warming the plate up some. And let's grab some foil. Now I've got several different colors I can play with. So I'm just going to grab out my drawer and let you guys decide what color you want to start off with. This is just some of what I've got. I've got some more in another area. So I've got rainbow, black, orange, blush. I think that one's like a copper, red, silver, green, gold. These are some fun ones that have got some texture, and this time I've got enough flat space that they might actually show up. When I'm doing the fine lines on a lot of different glimmer plates, I don't really like using the foils that have got any kind of a design on it because you're not going to see the design. The only way you'll see the design is if you'd use a solid plate later on to pull the design off, if you know what I mean. And that works great as well. Maureen says rainbow. Leah says rainbow. So rainbow, 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 huh? You guys want the rainbow. Okay. And this little bit here is just some of my waste that I haven't used yet.
Juliana 101.
Welcome in, Juliana. Can you use nail foils for this? Probably not. I'm thinking, and guys in the YouTube chat, correct me if I'm wrong, if you guys have ever used any of this. I think that nail foils are adhesive based. Those are, I think, like those little foil strips or any kind of foil that you put into the acrylic or nail polish or whatever that you're putting on your nails. So I don't think that those would work. This is a hot foil system. So what we're doing is we're actually heating this thing up, and then we're going to put some of our Glimmer hot foil on it. So this is what we're going to be using on it. And Glimmer hot foil, any company's hot foil, to be honest, but any hot foil is going to have an adhesive built in to a heat activated adhesive built into the dull side. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to be doing with this. And I really should be using my quick cutter, but you know what, right now I got too much stuff on my desk again as usual, so I'm going to try to wing it. And I can already feel the AC is already blowing things around. Hello, Miss Dawn. You were cooking dinner. Well, where's mine, honey?
Backing the girl.
Hey, Ginger. You haven't stolen my soul. Okay, that Ginger girl is over on the Twitch. And I am going to say welcome in to everybody that is hanging out right now over on Twitch. By the way, there is an ad about to start over there. So anyway, I'm also live on YouTube right now, and we are going to be doing some hot foil goodness. And Maureen wants to know what is for dinner. Oh, did you see what I just did? You do not do that. Okay, so I just put this down with the shiny side up, facing away from my Glimmer plate. You don't want to do that. You always want the shiny side to be facing away from your card. So that means when you're using a hot foil system, it's going to be shiny side down. What I've been doing lately is assembling everything on my card first and then putting it on my system. This time I'm kind of doing the opposite. Now, my foil is bigger than my card, which means I'm probably going to foil on this thing again, and that is totally fine. I can remove it with some acetone. So, going to basically just set that there, and then we've got this little timer. That's one of the nice things about the Glimmer system. You just press the timer, it starts blinking. Once it's done, we're going to run it through our die cutting machine. And that's basically it. Okay, so I'm going to go back into the chat. I was mentioning that Ginger Girl, she is a gamer over on Twitch, and lately she has been playing a lot of Harry Potter. Actually, it's called Hogwarts Legacy, and it is super cute. You get to be a student at Hogwarts, so that is super cool. And there's a lot of different channels I watch over there, and I kind of have them playing in the background as I'm working on some other stuff. I love all the comfy noises and stuff in my head and feeling like I'm not completely alone in my craft room. But yesterday, she had her dad on, and I think he was playing for the first time because she was showing him around and stuff, and they had a blast. It was so fun. Okay, okay. Dawn says it was supposed to be baked ziti, but someone put their hands in the pot and put elbows in the boiling water instead of waiting on me over the ziti. That's perfectly fine. T says that she leaves hers on for extra decoration. I think she's talking about the extra foil that's going to be on my plate here once I get done. Let me get those out of the way. I've also got a silicone mat here because this is going to be hot. So once I get it run through my die cutting machine, and that is a big plate, once I get it run through, I'm going to need to move it off to the side. So here's my magnet that came with my Glimmer system, and here's my extra magnet that I got at the Dollar Tree. This is an automotive one, and this magnet is really strong, and it works great for these bigger plates. Okay. So I'm unplugging it out of the system. It will not heat up if it's not plugged in. And we're going to run the whole thing. So you do not use the platform that came with your die cutting machine. You use the platform that is in the Spellbinder's Glimmer system instead. So it's all the pieces that we were just talking about, you run those through. And I'm just going to go gently. And I'm going to kind of hold it tight so that hopefully it won't jump, because I don't really want it to shift at all. Okay, let's get the die cutting machine out of the way. And now we can take a look at this and see how it did. This is also the first time I've used this glimmer plate. And it does not want to pick up even with that one. So I'm just going to pick up the paper. Okay. And now if you look at this, you can see where the butterflies are pressed down into the paper and the foil is kind of lifting up. That means it's probably good. Okay, sometimes there's still going to be some underfoiling. It's not going to look quite right, but let's go ahead and take a look. Okay, I think that came out pretty good. This one, there was a scratch on the foil, so that's the only reason that little bit didn't foil right, but this is just gorgeous. And that is how easy it is to use a glimmer system. I think I'm going to do another one or two. Yeah, I'm thinking I want to do at least one more, because I'm thinking this, I want to keep this all in one piece, but I do want to cut out some of those. I'm thinking having some of these scattered on here might look good, but I also am thinking about using some Simon Hurley on this. So you guys tell me what you think. Should I experiment with the Simon Hurley paste on here and do that? Or should I cut out some of these lovely butterflies to put on it? So while you guys are thinking about it, I'm also keeping this because that would be super pretty too, because I'm going to be able to use this and use the reverse. Let's say a circle or a heart or a diamond, and pick up all that extra yummy goodness of the foil with the butterflies cut out of it. So that'll be cool. Okay, this time I don't think I'm going to use quite so big of a piece though, because I don't really need that big a one. Somebody said something about Lisa, what? Test out your old foils. Okay, I'm going to scroll up and just say hello to people again. So Dawn's in the house, Leah's in the house.
And Farika.
Hello, Miss Ellen. How are you doing, hun? Hello, Cordelia. I see that you're in. You're not too late, honey. We are playing with some pretty butterflies, though. And we're going to be playing on Saturday with some more hot foil. And we're going to be playing with some sentiments. But, of course, you can get out all your other fun foil goodness stuff as well. So I'm fine with that. But we are going to be practicing sentiments, because I know sometimes folks struggle on that. And you had mentioned that you were struggling. I think it was last class. So that's the focus of the class on Saturday. Okay, Crystal's in the house, and she says that she has this glimmer plate too. Yes, and to test out my old foils. So I'm not sure what you were talking about, testing out my old foils. I've just got a ton of foils, so this is one of the ones I don't use very often, but butterflies and rainbows, they're perfect, right? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and trim this off. And the hot foil plate has cooled down a little bit, so it's not too hot to touch or anything anymore. But we're going ahead and putting that one down. And I think I want a different color of cardstock. Do I have any more over here? Well, I could go, we did the white. I also have some heavyweight that I haven't really used heavyweight. And I don't really want to use heavyweight cardstock. The reason I don't want to use heavyweight cardstock is sometimes it makes it harder to go through this machine. T says that she's never seen Twitch. Yeah, Twitch is basically another streaming platform. Actually, they are primarily streaming. There's a little bit on there, video on demand, which is what we do for our recorded videos. YouTube is primarily the recorded video, and they have got bits of a lot of other things. So over on Twitch, if you want to see somebody doing something live, that's where you are. I do know that Gina K is over there. I don't think Simon is. I'm following quite a few different people, and I'm actually in the Discord server of some of the new crafters that I'm kind of following over there as well. And my foil ran away. I'm going to go ahead and start this one. But yeah, that's what Twitch is. And a lot of what we're seeing come over to YouTube right now, Twitch is primarily gamers. If you've seen folks playing games and, you know, if you've watched people play games like on videos and such on YouTube, then you probably saw some folks that were originally on Twitch and probably recorded it from that. Yes, there are a lot of artists over there as well. Absolutely. Ellen has a Twitch channel. I've been kind of playing a little bit over there and learning a lot. You guys have probably seen over the last year or so, I keep on trying to add more things into our live streams to make it more fun and interactive for you guys. One of the reasons I'm doing that is because Twitch has got all of that stuff built in. It's kind of like you're watching a show and it's your favorite person to hang out with, and you get to hang out with them on their stream just like you do here, but you get to interact with it. You get to make things happen on the screen. I don't even know exactly how to explain it other than the things that I've been trying to add. I've been basically getting a lot of my ideas from over there. And I think one reason that I discovered it, right now I'm waiting for this to heat back up because we left it with the platform unplugged long enough that now the red light, the power light is still on, but the platform ready light is not on yet. So we have to wait for that before we can, even before we can set the timer. It has to heat up enough for that. Anne says it's all Jax's fault. It is partially Jax's fault. I think I know I originally followed her like years ago, but then never went over to Twitch. So I don't really remember what happened or why or any of that. And then I have watched different people on YouTube teaching about how to do things on your streams. So just like we watch with all of our crafting videos, I also watch a lot of behind the scenes, like how to use OBS, how to use even video editors. I've gone through all of that kind of stuff. And one of the things they wound up talking about is they are able to do these fun things on their screen over in Twitch while they're live. It's like, well, how do they do that? All this stuff is stuff I add in, you know, after I record. I add this in with my video editor. Well, you don't have to. For instance, I've got this thing that says Debbie J's Crafting Corner down in the corner. That is... Yeah, I know that, Leah, it doesn't quite transfer, but thank you for all of those. A lot of the things like the picture-in-picture and the different things I've made pop up on the screen, like the zombies last Halloween, are all done inside of OBS, so I don't have to go and put them in after the fact. Now, you can't really take them out in editing, so I've got a couple of other things I'm working on to kind of work around that, because one thing I've been doing is on Twitch. I'm trying to do this at least once a week over there, and my plan is Thursday to do it again, is going ahead and recording my videos while I'm streaming and chatting with folks, and then going back and editing them to put up over on YouTube. And I think it's helping me to build another community, reach more people that we don't necessarily have on YouTube, because Twitch people and YouTube people, there is some commingling, but there's not a lot. If you watch Twitch, you know how to find the next person that's live. Yes, I do. I need to do all the things for my channel points, and I have not had time to get around to doing it yet. I've still got too many things on my plate right now, and I'm thinking of adding more. Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is. So anyway, I'm heating this one. I've hit the timer, so it is going to be ready to go again. And while I'm doing that, let me go ahead and grab... Let's see, just the one drawer. This is not a full collection. I need the rest. I do. I also don't have Simon's. Don't break the plate. I do not have a plate on the floor this time, Dawn. That comment from Dawn was because there was one time that nobody really heard it when it happened, but there was one time that he throws it across the room. Yeah, there was one time when I got up to get something during a live stream. I was actually streaming with Elizabeth was on with me, and I stepped on a plate that I had basically moved out of my way because it was in my friggin' way on my desk. So I put it in the floor and I stepped on it and it shattered. Meow. Yep. Yes, I do. You can make your own. I will be adding some things in. I just have to make time to get it done. What I was working on most of this week, first off, a couple of days, taxes. That was important. I hope everybody got their taxes done, because if you didn't, you're late. So I got the taxes stuff taken care of. Okay, this is ready to go again. So let's go ahead and look at that. And then yesterday, I think it was yesterday, I know there was a couple of days that I was working on a new summit project. So I've got another class coming up for a summit. And I've got another, I'm not going to tell you the names or when they are, but I actually have 3 summits coming up this summer that I'm going to be doing. So there's 2 more projects that I need to work on for that and get all of the background stuff and all of that stuff done. So look forward to doing that. That is going to be fun. And I need to touch base with Amanda from Pear Blossom Press. And if she happens to be in the chat and lurking, I am not ignoring your text message. I've been busy working on the other things today, and I have meant 5 times to reply to the text. We're going to be doing the Stamp and Scrapbook Expo, I think is the name of it. It's in Orlando. She's actually doing, out of the 11 across the country, she's doing 8 of them. And apparently they have been fabulous. She has had such good results and such good reception. It has been fantastic. And I get to help her out with one of them coming up in, I think it's the end of May. Here in Orlando. So we need to kind of touch base on that, and I haven't done it yet. So I need to get in touch with her on that one. Okay, so now we've got another one, and let's see if it this one is sticking to the plate. Lego, okay. Because it was already trying to come off of the paper. So let's take a look at that one. And again, perfect. And here's a tip, guys. I'm not really paying attention to what I'm doing. I've done it enough, and I'm confident enough in my machine, and that it works with my regular cardstock and all that. I'm confident enough with it that it's not giving me any kind of problems. Does that make sense? I have come across a couple of times where a foil didn't exactly do what I expected it to do. It just didn't transfer, and I didn't know. Again, to this day, I don't know if it was the plate, if it was the heat, if it was the paper, if it was the foil. My assumption was that it was the foil. Oh my goodness! Bethany just said, Franklin just pointed at you and said, Debbie. So her little baby knows who I am. Aww. That is super sweet. Okay, I'm switching this so I can say hello to the baby. So hello, Franklin. Hi, honey. Oh, that is just so super sweet. Oh my God. I think that's the first. Somebody's baby knows. I mean, it's bad enough that you guys know who Todd is. So. But now somebody's kid knows who I am. That is just adorable. So now we have 2 lovely, lovely rainbow. Oh, rainbow. We have these lovely guys. So I'm going to set this one off to the side. I am leaving it plugged in because I don't know if I'm going to use it again. That's another one of the good things about the Glimmer system. I have used the Gemini foil press, and you were recommended not to leave it in. Leave it plugged in. So I've got it turned on, You guys can see these, and I've got this plugged into the base. The platform is plugged into the base. With that machine, you needed to unplug it if you were not using it and let it cool down. And because I didn't do it that much, you know what? Mine warped, and then mine cracked, and then it kind of broke even more. So I had to replace the platform. So I'm just going to set that one off to the side. Spellbinders does recommend you just leave it as it is. It is one that if it thinks you haven't been playing with it for a long enough period of time, it will auto shut off. So that's cool. So I'm going to go ahead and play with some of the lunar paste. Now this is, we've got this nice pretty blue color on our background. So I think what I need is some prom queen and some slippery when wet. And I'm debating, do I need purple or I don't think I need blue. I've got purple, I've got red, and I've got oranges, and I've got some bright yellow. So I'm thinking bright colors. Okay, I'm grabbing out everything except for the blues and the greens. What do you think? What colors should I go with? And we've also got this, it has the butterflies. It also has some flowers, and it's got these little buds as well. So it could go with a lot of different things. I don't see any leaves, so I don't need to do any greens. Hello, Miss Elizabeth. Welcome on in, honey. I like that Leah booped Ellen on the nose. So Ellen says purple. So I've got triple berry. And Elizabeth says yellow. So I'm thinking, yeah, purple with yellow, actually yellow in the middle and purple on the outside of the butterflies. So Franklin is 19 months old now, talking nonstop and very vocal. That is super cute. Okay, by the way, I think you have to test it for me. I think that exclamation point pick works. I think we tested it out last week and I haven't tried it again since. So let me go ahead and try it first on Twitch and see if it works there. I have no... Oh, it's working.
Crafting corner.
So it looks like it's working. Although the picture went a different direction, but it still worked. So it worked over on Twitch. Does anybody want to test it on YouTube? Okay, I think I'm going to go with pink as well. I've also got some silver and gold over here too. And this is going to be painful for me, guys. I am so sorry. It is going to be painful because I don't want to get this stuff under my nails. I can't, well, that's the thing. I can't get it off. I mean, it just gets stuck in there. And I mean, yes, you got to clean it off and everything. Obviously, it has a cool down. Elizabeth, it's opposite. Exclamation point pick. Okay, so putting a little tiny bit on my finger, and what Simon said, and I'm going by what he said during the show because I watched him closely. He said put it on there and then scrape most of it off so you don't have hardly anything left, and then you can just put a little bit on the raised edges. And yes, I am taking most of it off, but I do like that. So I got a little yellow flower, and this time I didn't wipe off enough of it, so it did wind up going a little bit further down on the paper, but this was an experiment. I haven't done any. I really haven't done this. But having made that little mistake, now I can see why you don't do it that way. And he is much faster on this than me. Much, much faster. Because he is very, very accustomed to it. And it dries really, really, really quick, too. Let me see if I can get this light a little bit brighter. Okay, now we can see a little bit better. Okay, so I'm going to go and do these little flowers. They're all over the place, so I'm going to do that one. Oh, I put too much on here. Yep. Remember to scrape your finger off. Take a little bit of it, wipe most of it off, and then you can apply it and you won't have an issue. If I practice this, it'll get better. If you don't want to undo your nails, you can wear gloves. Yeah, I know. And of course, I don't know where my gloves are, so that ain't happening because then I'd have to go get it. And of course, I waited just long enough for that part to dry on my finger. Because that was something I started thinking about during the... You guys saw the classes... You saw the class that I did with the wax. There was a separate one that was with pigment sticks. That was basically an oil paint mixed with pigment and a little bit of wax to give it a crayon form so that it was easier to use. Yeah, I am being extra cautious on this because I don't know what I'm doing, guys. So yeah, you guys kind of know that that's what I'm doing. By the way, these do get saved onto my computer, so I will, yeah, Baby Wipes is going to help me clean everything up. Hello, Mr. Jim, but that pic is getting saved on my computer, and I will put that one up over on Discord. I don't have it set up to automatically go over. And of course, I keep on, this stuff does dry really quick. So if you got very little on your hand and you don't go ahead and put it down, it dries so fast that you can't put it on anymore. And I'm probably using getting less on my finger than I actually need, but I'm just being careful. Okay, come on. I want a little bit more. Next one's over here. And yeah, I'm starting probably with what you would do last. I'm doing the little accents first because I figure if I'm going to mess up something, I'd rather it be the little guys instead of being one of those big pretty butterflies. And once I get a rhythm, I'll be able to do this a lot quicker and easier. Yes, that sun is in my eyes. By the way, right before this, I wound up I've got a sheet of vinyl, not vinyl like what we use in our Cricut or in our Scan and Cut. This is the vinyl that goes like on the outside of speaker boxes. And this is some leftover stuff that Todd had. Let me grab my Baby Wipes. So last year, when the sun was doing the same thing, coming through and hitting me in the face, I had that up with a couple of thumbtacks over the window because my husband does not like the idea of shades or curtains or any of that stuff. And I just lost my mind. Oh. Looking for paper towel to dry my fingers off with. Anyway, he doesn't like the idea of those. Plus, with my allergies, having that up is also an issue. So we haven't had any window covers on most of the stuff. We do have it in our bedroom, which he doesn't seem to have a problem with that. And I have to sleep in there with all the dust. But that's one reason why we haven't had him in here anyway. And I told him today, I need blinds. I need blinds that I can raise or lower because I also want the sun and I want all the prettiness. I want to be able to look out the window and see the sky because I sit here all the time. And so hopefully he will agree with me on that one. So hopefully I can get that done. We still haven't gotten me a new chair yet, but then again, I haven't really had the time or taken the time to go anywhere to even look at one. So that's mostly my fault. I wonder if Simon would be proud of me. Okay, so Ellen says, we just bought blackout curtains for our house because the window behind me causes glare on my computer screen. I can't see the monitor. Yep. Hello, Yvette. How are you? Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. We have blackout curtains in our bedroom. That's the only room in the house we have curtains on. We have blackout curtains in our bedroom because we want it to stay dark so we can sleep. At least that was the original purpose, but I'll be honest with you, I still wake up earlier than I want to. If I decide I'm going to try to sleep in, doesn't happen. So far, I am liking this. It's turning out pretty cool. I'm not good at it. I am missing some of the places, but that just proves it's handmade, right? It's handmade, not Hallmark. Okay, so it looks like I've got one more of that type of butterfly to go. I'm sorry, flower. I've caught myself also when I'm editing where I said something, I said a wrong word. It's like, I don't know, I will try to find a way to not redo it because that takes long. I think I called something the wrong name, and what I wound up doing is just adding, I'm adding that little banner so guys know what the product is. Oh, that didn't turn out too bad. So anyway, I'm doing that, and I barely used up any of this stuff for the yellow. Isn't that nice? I used up mostly just what was in the lid. Had to touch a little bit on the inside of my jar. And look at those pretty little flowers. I think that turned out good. Okay, so I think I want to do... Okay, I'm probably going to want to play with this longer than what we've got time for tonight. I mean, it is already 6:30, and that means that Dawn is probably going live at 7 o'clock. I think she's been doing an artsy thing. At least she's not eating or making funny faces. Yeah. Ellen says, I need to get that command for my streams. Okay, Ellen, I'm going to tell you where you can get it. Okay, have you heard of Andy Lippy? Do a search on here for Andy Lippy, Andilippi. He's the one that actually created that. His company, the company that he does it all through, is also called StreamUp. And I think right now he's either charging a little bit for them. He was doing them all for free, but he has decided, because he's now working from home and all he's doing is creating this kind of stuff. Ooh, that's not good. Well, it's sending healing vibes, Miss Yvette. But anyway, it is really cool what he's managed to do, and he's basically built it to work on Twitch, and I've converted mine over a little bit to be able to try to use it on YouTube. I don't really remember what I did because mostly I'm watching his video when I'm figuring out how to do it. Anyway, it's on StreamUp. Let me look up the website address real quick. I don't know what the cost is right now for it, but he has also got StreamUpTips.products. He also has a Patreon, a membership, and that kind of thing, and a lot of his stuff is now free for all of those folks, so it's fairly cheap, but you get all of his stuff. And I absolutely love all of his stuff. So yeah, I'm a member on his channel. I think I'm a member on his Patreon because he gets the, it's just like with everybody else. If you do a membership through if you do a membership or a tip like through PayPal or Coffee or something like that, then the platform doesn't take part of it. If you do memberships through YouTube, it's like a 50-50 split. And I think over on Twitch is like a 70-30, where they only get like 30%. So if you want to support your favorite streamers and everything, just send you the info on Discord. Okay, will do. But yeah, I absolutely love his stuff, by the way. There you are. And here is streamup.tips/products. And I'm also on his Discord and everything, which is how he's also supplying them to all of his members and stuff. So that is pretty cool. But there's a lot of different things. I've got my raid command through him. I've got the follower command through him. I've got a couple of other things. There's something that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, because I've got it on YouTube where it's supposed to like pop up like first time chatter thing. And it's this little thing up at the top, like right up there. Yeah, right up there. Sometimes it pops up, sometimes it doesn't. But that's because I'm trying to use it on a platform that doesn't really like those things yet. And figuring out how to make the commands work doesn't always work. Okay. So Dawn's live, or she is live now, or she's going to go live. I've still got most of the other ones are still on there, but I haven't really paid much attention. That's the one I just know that you guys really, really love. I don't have the zombie on there. I took all the Christmas stuff and all the Halloween stuff down. But I think what I want to do is I want to go ahead and put together a card real quick. This I'm going to do some more of that. I mean, you got to see how it works. I'm going to do some more of this, and I will post pictures over on Instagram, everyone. Okay, 30 minutes she will be live, so I will need to get that one set up on my end because we're going to raid her. That is also where the raid whole thing that I've talked to you guys about came from. That came from Twitch. YouTube recently added it to as something that we can do, is where we can go from one person's live stream to another person's live stream, as long as they get the permissions and everything. On Twitch, you can raid anybody's channel. Don't have to give them permission. Don't have to ask them for permission. You just show up, and it's a big surprise, and it is so much fun when you get raided. First off, it's fun to do that for other people, but when people decide to just pop in and bring all of their watchers with them, it is so super fun. So that is kind of where that idea came about. So when I found out we got it over here, it's like, awesome. Welcome, Restream Bot. That's Leah, Crystal. Leah is watching over on Twitch. She likes follow us. She actually fusses at me and tells me she wants to do Zoom. So Leah, if you decide to stick around over there and maybe pull up Dawn's YouTube as well, I can put up Nitro for a bit, even though I'm going to be needing to get ready to eat dinner. Okay, I want to make a card with that. And typically the way that I do most of my cards... Ooh, I'm thinking of something else too. I'm wondering... Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I'm going to do black card bases. And we're going to put our rainbow butterflies on a black card base. That will be pretty. I really hope that I get my goodies tomorrow. I've been waiting a week. I mean, I remember some of the stuff that's in there, but I don't really remember everything that's in there. Okay, so we've got our black card base, and I'm going to trim this down. I think I just want a band of butterflies across the middle. It's going to be pretty. Crystal says, sorry, I didn't realize that was you, Leah. You got me on that one. Okay, first I'm going to trim a little bit off of the top. And I think I want to have... So we've got 4 1/4. I think I want it to be like right at about 3 1/2. So I'm going to cut the top off at 3 3/4 and then cut the bottom at 3. And I think I am going to trim just a little bit off the edge, partially because this one wasn't exactly 5 1/2. So I'm going to trim it down so it's about 5 1/4. So that means it's going to have an 1/8 of an inch on the edges. And then you guys can probably guess, got to use my foam. And you could also color this up with some ink blending. You could ink blend with some inks over the white, and it's not going to hurt your foil at all. I think that was hilarious that you didn't know it was her. And I think it was Crystal actually that told me that Gina K, because you know she loves Gina K, but I think it was Crystal that told me that Gina K went live over on Twitch too. So I have popped into Gina K's lives, and to be honest, you guys, I really think we need to show her more love over on Twitch. I'm also trying to make sure I look at the camera, but right now it's like when I look up, it's like I got that band that goes right into my eyeballs. Okay, so this is going to go right about there. So that I think is pretty. We've got that, it's popping a little bit off of that black. And then I'm going to get into my binder. So this guy here has got a bunch of sentiments and stuff in it. So let's see, what do I want to put on the front of this? And since it's rainbow, we can basically pick any of the colors that, ooh, maybe I want to do Make-A-Wish. Nah. It's kind of where I'm not 100% sure. I do have some foil things in here also. Best scissors ever. So you're talking about these guys? I love them. I love these guys. My mother-in-law had some up at her house when we went to see her in Austin a year ago, and I've been using them ever since. Well, I mean, I bought some. I didn't steal hers. I didn't take them on the plane because I would have gotten in trouble. But yeah, I went ahead and got some, and I've been using them ever since. Okay, so this one is another birthday one, so I'm going to add that. It's just going to be a simple happy birthday. And I'm going to trim a little bit extra off of the edge over here so it's kind of centered. And then grab my art glitter glue. And this is proof right here that sometimes I have had issues with my foiling as well. It doesn't happen all the time. Usually it works great. But this is one that I don't remember why. It's been probably 6 months or more that it didn't foil right on one side. So I just used the other side of the paper. This is also one where it looks like it's shifted. So that's probably the reason that it didn't work. Okay, so we've got us a cute, I do love those butterflies. A nice little happy birthday card. And then for this other one, I can always cut out the butterflies and put it on another card because we do have the dies that work. So we do have 20 minutes. So what I'm going to do at this point, something I haven't done in a while, guys. I think I'm going to give away this card. Somebody want this card? Okay, so I've only got, first off, I'm not able to open it over to the folks over on Twitch because I do have the giveaway tool that I'm able to pull up that is through StreamYard, and it's only going to look at the one. I don't know that there's a way to set up that you're going live on Twitch through this, because when you go live on Twitch, you don't have to schedule it. You just basically turn it on. Okay, so Leah wanted to make sure that I knew she was over here too. So anybody who is over on Twitch right now, if you want to head over to YouTube and just say anything in the chat, you will be added into the giveaway to be able to win this card. And then after the fact, I will need to get your address and all of that kind of stuff so I can mail it to you. But let me get this pulled up real quick. Would help if I could type. There we go. Maureen says, well, duh, of course we do. Ellen says, not my birthday anyway. Okay, here's the secret about cards, especially if you're a card maker or you know a card maker. When I send out most of my cards, even if I'm sending them out to someone as their birthday gift or whatever, if I'm sending a birthday card to someone, I usually put a little note on the inside that says, and I think I still have some printed out, which I need to print more out. This one's crumpled. It says, I didn't sign this card before I send it off to you. Instead, it holds my warmest thoughts, invisible but true. So if you find you need to brighten someone's day, take this card and sign it and send it on its way. So I put that in almost all of the cards that I send out. Instead of signing them myself, I sign the back so you know that it was made by me, but I usually send a little note inside so you can reuse it if you want to. And I've got some friends that they don't make cards, okay? And they have thanked me for doing that. They said, I think it is so cool that you did that. So not only did I send them a card to brighten their day, I gave them something where they're able to pass it on to someone else too. And they absolutely love that. Okay. So, okay, I'm going to say that everybody who wants to enter is in. So let me switch over to the other screen. Yes, it worked. Yes, it worked. Awesome. And you guys can still hear me. Good. So I'm going to pick tonight's stream. And we're going to go ahead and hit start collecting comments. And this is going to make it so that you guys are going to be, right now, I'm giving you guys extra seconds, actually. It's going to start pulling all of the names of all of the people that have said something in the chat. If you have not said anything in the chat, you will not be entered in. And this is just for the folks that are watching it live. Okay, so let's go ahead and start collecting. Any news on the Horton interference inks yet? I did chat with her. Let me switch screens real quick so you see my face. I did message her on Instagram, I think it was, asking about it, and she said it's supposed to be about 4 to 6 weeks. I think that was only a couple of days ago. But I also asked if I could share, and she didn't really answer that part yet, but I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. One of the companies that's going to have it is scrapbook.com. So as soon as I know that they're there, I will be sharing my affiliate link and getting me some of those inks, because those things are just incredible. I don't do a lot of crafting on just plain black cardstock. I mean, I don't even use black card bases that much, but that is a great reason to. And I think that it would work fabulous on basically any color cardstock, and just depending on how light or how dark it is will determine what it's going to look like. So I'm thinking I'm going to have a lot of experimenting to do, and I am just so excited about those inks. Those are just so fabulous. Also, I mentioned it earlier, and I mentioned it in the video, and you guys saw her say yes. She has said that she's going to come on live with us. So I still have to make arrangements for that, and that is going to be super fun. She is just such a sweet lady. I mean, I was sitting all by myself at I think it was the initial reception, like right after everything started. It was like at the end of the second day of classes, I think, if I remember right. So I'm sitting at that by myself. Amanda's flight was delayed, so she wasn't in yet. We weren't expecting to meet up with her until like a couple hours later. And so I'm just sitting there all alone. I have nobody else hanging out with me at that time. And if you know what that's like, sometimes it is a little uncomfortable, but it's like, we love everybody anyway, so whatever. So I'm just sitting there, and I think I was playing Candy Crush or something on my phone, and her ladies pop up, and one of them says, "Are you on your own?" I mean, that is just typical UK. I think that is just so sweet. So I said, yeah. So they decided that they were going to join me, and we were just hanging out and cutting up the whole time, and it was fabulous. And so I got to meet them and hang out with them then, and then I got to hang out with her on the second, I don't remember, one day and that was when we did the video for the Ultimate 2. So there's that whole thing, and I didn't even know about the inks yet. I found out about the inks the next day because Amanda said when she was looking at something else, I think she was looking at some watercolors or something. I'm saying, oh, these are so cool. And she said, have you seen the inks? It's like, what? And so she takes me over to where the inks are. It's like, Lisa, why didn't you tell me about these? So we had to do a video. But it was fabulous. I had an absolute fabulous time, and she is a super, super sweet person. And of course, I didn't have my chat up, so I don't know what the UK are too polite. Yes, and it is adorable, and it is so sweet, and I absolutely love it. I mean, I've been watching. I did. Jim asked if I did the physics class. I did not do the class. I had another class that I was doing. And yeah, I get done. Well, I went into this other class, and then as I'm in there for the first like 5 minutes, I realize it's basically a pitch for selling of a software. Because when I ask a question about something else that I think can do it, the tech guy that's supposed to know all the things, and I'm not going to name the company or anything like that. I'm just not going to do it. He didn't know the software I was talking about that I figured it's pretty popular. So it's where a lot of folks are already using, but this guy supposedly didn't know it. And that's when I realized, he was really wanting to just sell something. So I left the class. I mean, anyway, but because of that, I didn't get to make it into the physics one, and I wish I had. I mean, I did get to meet up with some of the folks that were in there. Like I got to meet Ellen Hall, and Eileen Hall. I'm probably saying her name wrong. Eileen Hall, but she has created some of the dyes that they were using, and I got to meet a lot of the people, and they were fabulous. But yeah, I did get the swag bag. Well, not the one from that. I did go to they had a physics reception later on, and I did go to that. So I do have some things from physics that I'll get to play with as well. I think part of them is some stuff that I already have, and that's fine. But yeah, basically the different companies, the whole thing with creativation, and I know that a lot of you guys, I think we're all thinking of what we saw years ago, where it was almost, content creators of all sorts of sizes and everything could go in without a problem. And this is something that is not open to the public, and it's basically just it's a business to business trade conference thing. It's a trade show. It's kind of like when my husband would have to go to, I think they were like in Vegas or something, and he doesn't like Vegas, to be honest, but they would be in Vegas, and they would be showing off all of the new speakers and stuff that the different companies had basically created, meaning the stuff he made, and being shown to different companies that could possibly sell it. It's the same thing. However, we love all the things, and we want to see all the things, and yeah. But that is the reason that it's not open to the public. It's not like Scrapbook Expo. That one is businesses to consumer. That is a whole different thing. So that I'm really looking forward to go into that one. I don't think I've ever been to one, and this time I get to work it. But it's going to be super fun. That's going to be in May. Eden said, we Brits do our best. Yes. Also play Matchington Mansion. Oh, Crystal plays Candy Crush, and she does Matchington. Yeah, I play Soda for Candy Crush. It's on my phone. That's just kind of what I do when I'm not busy doing something else, which is not that often, to be honest. And I want to go and play some more Disney Dreamlight Valley, and I haven't had a chance to in like a week. I took time on Friday to do some Fortnite, and that was hilarious. And yeah, anyway. But anyhow, let me go back and we can go ahead and do the giveaway before we need to go over to Dawn's stream. So I'll switch the thing again. Did they open the doors to the public on the last day in prior years? I think I heard that, but I haven't been involved with it prior. I take Debbie partying and get us into trouble. Oh my goodness, you guys are rock. You guys rock. I love you guys. I think they may have. This is my second year, and so that basically means that all of my exposure to it, other than watching some prior videos and stuff during the ones in previous years, and I didn't really watch a whole lot of those, but this is my first experience with it, and it's only been since the merger between Art Materials World and I guess, I don't know if it's NAMTA and them or them and NAMTA or NAMTA is them. I don't know. But it's basically since that merger that I've been involved with it. Last year I got to go as a helper for Spellbinders, and this year I was helping out Amanda with Pear Blossom Press, and was needing to see what products does she want to add to her store. So I would not be a bit surprised if she decided to carry those inks as well. Don't know. I can't speak for her, but that would be kind of cool. No, Leah, I would have to. I have to attend. Have to. We did go out to eat a couple of times. I did get to hang out with Amanda and a bunch of folks with her, and it was fabulous. And I got lots and lots of business cards. So a lot of folks that I need to touch base with and see. My problem is right now I don't have enough time to do all the things I want to do. I've got. Let's see, on Thursday last week, I recorded 8 cards, videos. I think I've only edited 1. I think. Yeah. Anyhow, I mean, 3 of the cards are the ones that are for Catherine Pooler's InstaHop, which if you haven't gone over to Instagram yet and checked that out, you need to because there's a giveaway. Yes, just saying. I want to go to New Orleans, and what my plan is, and Jim was just saying, hey, Queen, how you doing, honey? Queen of Death is over on Twitch, and she plays a lot of Fortnite. I think she plays Fortnite 24/7. It's very, very rare that I actually am on Twitch that I don't see her name as being one of the people that's live. But yeah, I do want to go to New Orleans. Part of my plan right now is to get a creative professional membership, which does cost money, and you have an application and all the things to prove that you are a business and not just a hobbyist. So that is something that I'm planning on doing sometime this year and getting that in place. And you guys keep interrupting me, so I can't do the card giveaway. Let me switch the screen. When I switch the screen, I can't see the chat for a second. So okay, so we're going to go ahead and start collecting comments. We did have a couple more people comment. So what that means, if you didn't realize it, like Queen, is that I'm doing a giveaway, and you are on Twitch. Okay, if you want to be in on the giveaway for this one, Queen, you would need to go over to YouTube. If you wanted to be able to win this card, you would need to go over onto my YouTube channel. I'm live over there right now as well. And just say something in the chat before I hit the button, which I keep on delaying. So while I wait on that, because that would be great for me to send you one of these. So this one's got lots of fun foil butterflies and says happy birthday, meaning even though it's probably not your birthday, you could save it for your birthday, or you could give it away to somebody else, or just keep it. Yeah, it is what it is. We do that all the time. So let me go ahead and set this up. Elizabeth, yes, we need to talk, honey. So I need to go ahead and set this up so we can redirect over to Dawn. Well, I guess I can't, because you know what? Dawn doesn't have it set up yet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go ahead and do the drawing, and then if Dawn wants to set that one up and wants us to try to raid over to her, that would be great. Yeah, that's one of the things that's kind of weird over here on YouTube, is that you have to either have it scheduled or you have to be live in order to raid over to that other person. They have to be it has to be scheduled. On Twitch, it's basically if somebody else is already live, you can go ahead and stream over. You can redirect or raid to anybody who's live. I think I even raided Queen at one point. That was fun. Okay, let's take a look at the the giveaway. So collecting comments. We've got 14 people in the drawing, so one of you is going to win this. So let's go ahead. And if it comes up as Stream Elements, I am picking somebody else. So let's see who's going to win. Okay, it wasn't Stream Elements, but it was a Restream bot. So we're going to draw again. That is too funny. It's Miss Leah. Awesome. Leah, you get this card, honey. Fabulous. So Leah gets the card. Yay. Okay, Leah, I'm pretty sure you're on Discord. So if you want to just private message me somewhere your email, your mailing address, then I can go ahead and get that out in the mail to you. And I do have some global stamps, so that's not going to be a problem sending this over to the UK. So that'll be super fun. Okay. Dawn has a video up called Let's Talk Gel Plates. So is that a video or is that a live stream? Because what I was trying to do is connect to her live, and it was coming up that there wasn't anything for me to redirect to. We've got Crystal with a couple of testing, and I can show this. I don't think anybody cares, so. Leah's excited. So it's showing a couple for Crystal as where she's doing some testing, which probably just means that you didn't delete them. We've got Call Me Crafty Al coming up. Red Viking, which I don't even remember who that is. But anyway, we've got a couple things on here from Elizabeth. A couple of them are testing that probably just hasn't been deleted. Okay, now there's this one. This wasn't there before. Let's Talk Gel Press. And it is the 1 for 7. Awesome. So saving that. Okay, now we can switch the screen back around. Okay. So yeah, I am going to finish this one up and do some of the other colors. I do think I'm going to use some of the yellow, maybe the gold. This yellow is really, really bright. I was using the Shooting Star. But I'm thinking using this one along with the purple and pink be a little bit different for all of those butterflies, and then I can decide what colors I want to do for the flowers. Although I kind of want to do the flowers in pink also. I don't know. I'm going to play with this one some too. And so you guys will see pictures of all this later on as well. I want to thank everybody for coming and hanging out with me tonight. It's fabulous. I absolutely love hanging out with you guys. If you haven't already signed up for my class, that's going to be on Saturday at 3 p.m. Just go to edu.debbiejayscraftingcorner.com to register. And Leah says, I've said hi, Todd, multiple times during the stream. So hi, Todd. I want to be heard. Bye, Todd. Yeah, well, Todd is out on his bike, so he's not hearing it right now. But yeah, I will see you guys soon. I do have some more videos to edit, and my plan is that on Thursday, I'm going to be back over on Twitch doing some more recording of some other videos that I need to get done, and then I can get them edited later. I think it takes me less time to do the recording than it does to do the editing. But yeah, on Thursday, I think I did a 6-hour stream on Twitch. That was so fun. And the majority of the time was just making some cards. So I made like 8 cards, and I need to get everything edited, and I've gotten one video edited from that. Plus I still have the stuff that I haven't gone through yet from Creativation that I still need to get up for you guys. So there is a lot more content coming. Hopefully I'm going to have all the time that I need to get it all finished up this week, and then I can start working on next month's stuff. So that's going to be fun. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful night. Let's go ahead and we're going to try to do this whole raid thing, right? And I will see you guys later. Love you guys. Bye.